fairy tale. One suitcase, one good shirt, and a pocket full of mail. I learned to read the weather by the bend in the corn. Then I traded that river road for a train in a dome. Taller buildings, harder eyes, cold cash, cold skies. I held my breath, I held my ground. Then I heard that city sound. Boots in New York, heart still small town. I bet on my name and I never back down. From dirt roads to gold floors, I found my way. Boots in New York, I'm still that boy today. Ticker runs red. Learn the game by the minute with a pad and a thread. From soybean fields to big deals, I can read a room. Every rise, every fall feels like thunder in June. Taller buildings, harder rise, cold cash, cold skies. I held my breath, I held my ground. Then I heard that city sound. Boots in New York, heart still small town. I bet on my name and I never back down. From dirt roads to gold floors, I found my way. Boots in New York, I'm still that boy today. Son, still say don't forget where the fields meet the sunset and the nights get wet. So I keep one foot in the past, one on the floor. Every win I bring back is for the folks I'm for. Boots in New York, heart still small town. I bet on my name and I never back down. From dirt roads to gold floors, I found my way. Boots in New York, I'm still that boy today. Yeah, I'm still that boy today. From the dirt road to the trade. Boots in New York. Hey. Shots on the wall, coffee gone cold, finger on the trigger, heart runs bold. Tick tock tick, red turns green. Is this that flip or the start of a scene? Every candle feels like a question. Every heartbeat bets on direction. I'm caught in the curve of the line, right on the edge of the sign. Oh, turn or trend, they both bend, riding that swing till the very last stand up and down. Again, again, are we in a storm or a perfect friend? Turn or trend, they both bend. I can feel it in the air like wind blow right through. Break and blend, I just wanna dance it out. Turn or trend, screen glow bright, midnight dance. One more move, one more chance. Stop lost tight, but my hope runs wide. Do I bail right now trend. Screen glow bright, midnight dance. One more move, one more chance. Stop lost tight, but my hope runs wide. Step up, step up, step up. Step up, step up. Step up, step up, step up. Saw the screen glow green, thought I had the code. One tap, one grin, then I doubled my load. Borrow time, borrow pride, pushed it to the edge with my finger on the slide. Fresh white shoes on the shaky floor. One more click, I was asking for more. Big talk, big ring, thin as smoke. I was dancing with fire and I felt that choke. Heart in my throat, hand on the wheel. I kept saying maybe, like maybe it was real. One more swing, one more spin. The house was smiling, letting me in. Bet it all, bet it all, bet it all, baby. Bet it all, bet it all, bet it all, maybe. Ride too high, burn too fast. Cash in my pockets, gone in the blast. Bet it all, bet it all, bet it all, baby. Bet it all, baby. Now the room went cold when the line turned red. Tall, tall dreams fell down like a stack of lead. I chased that shine through a hungry rush. Found a velvet trap in a glossy crush. Every win got loud, every loss got mean. I was rich for a second, then I split the scene. No chain, no crown, no lucky hand, just a mouth full of dust where my promise had been. Oh, heart in my throat, hand on the wheel. I kept saying maybe, like maybe it was real. One more swing, one more spin. The house was smiling, letting me in. Bet it all, bet it all, bet it all, baby. Bet it all, bet it all, bet it all, maybe. Ride too high, burn too fast. Cash in my pockets, gone in the blast. Bet it all, bet it all, bet it all, baby. I learned the hard way what hunger can do. It puts on a diamond face, then it runs right through you. One step back, one breath in, a little less thunder, a little more skin. No more craving, no more show. I want my feet on the ground, where the real ones grow. Bet it all, bet it all, bet it all, baby. Bet it all, bet it all, bet it all, maybe. Ride too high, burn too fast. Cash in my pockets, gone in the blast. Bet it all, bet it all, bet it all, baby. I burn my left.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? Sound check, mic check, vibe check, all check. I got a really, really cool show for you today. I wanted to start with just an example because it's a lot easier to see it than for me to explain it. Good morning. Let's see if anybody could figure out what I just did in like the first 2 minutes of trading here in terms of trading. And I did not do it perfectly, but I did it well enough to win. Anybody want to try to explain to me what I did today? Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Right. I did something with dots. That's true. But specifically, anybody watch carefully what I was doing? Or was it too fast? Was it just a blur of speed? All right, let me show you on the back end. Might be better if I showed it to you. Where's this? Trades. We're gonna go to the 12 account, and now I want to go today. Just today. Right. Okay. Everybody begin to understand what I'm trying to do here? You listen to the music? Music was distracting you guys a bit. Okay. Music is locking me in. Yeah, Judith's kind of getting it right. It wasn't even any specific setup. I was definitely using dots to trade the setup. But the much more important thing that I wanted to show you, and I'm going to be doing this with you guys. I bought a fresh account. Everybody go buy some accounts. We got I think one more day before the 90% discount goes away. So go get some accounts from Apex. Let me give you the link here. Whoever's in the room, go buy a ton of them. Somebody was asking me about, oh, what happens if I only have 30 days to pass the account? Your best battle against that is to have multiple accounts and try to, obviously, we're going to do new straddles on Friday. So I'm going to trade straddling news with you guys 8 o'clock Friday. So hang on a second. Sorry. Okay. So get as many of them as you can, because we're gonna get that done. But yes, no, sorry. Somebody else was texting me. Get some Apex accounts because I just got one. I'm gonna get probably 4 or 5 more. Lock them in because we're gonna need them for new straddling and for trading this particular approach. Because I think this is going to be the easiest approach for if you're not going to new straddle to try to pass your evals, and it's going to be a great approach on the micro level for us to run the funded accounts. I was running my TradeAvate account all night long on this, and it's really, really interesting. And it all really comes out of this throwaway comment I made yesterday. Good morning, Tam Tam. I really made this throwaway comment yesterday, and then I thought about it for a second, and I realized that there was an incredible kernel of truth to it. Basically, the throwaway comment that I made, and I made a video about this on my X today, so you guys go out there and watch it if you can. I basically made this comment that a retrace is a perfect trade, but a perfect trade never retraces, right? And I thought back and I said, you know what? It's really true. Whenever we have a perfect dot trade, when you look at a dot trade that's like a perfect dot trade, there is no retrace. Here's a perfect dot trade. Purple here, 0 retrace. You enter here, there is no retrace. You enter at 98, and the next stop is literally 60 points to the downside, right? When you enter a white dot trade here, there is no retrace. The next trade is 15, 20 points to the upside, right? You enter over here, and there's no retrace. It's just a pure pop. In a strong uptrend, the white dots have 0 retrace, right? You can see me trading it all night long here, right? I'll explain to you what I was doing. On a white dot, no retrace, white dot, no retrace, white dot, no retrace, right? In a strong trend, white dots have no retrace. In a strong downtrend, and that's a much harder thing, the purple dots very often have no retrace. You just, you're hitting them. And even if the purple has a retrace, the red dot that follows the purple dot very often has no retrace, and you can kill it over there, right? We have a white dot coming up right now, matter of fact, which we'll trade. which we will trade. And let me get into the let me get into the thing. But if he doesn't have a retrace, that means all we need is a 5-point stop, right? If you're in a good trade, you don't need more than a 5-point NASDAQ stop. Hang on, let me get in here. All right. And if it does, that's fine. You expect to lose 3 out of 4 trades in this particular cycle. However, and this is where it gets interesting. This is where it gets super interesting, because remember, I just all I lost was $100 right now. It's just a tiny little bit. Where it gets interesting is, and I'm doing this on the eval where I can do large scale on minis. Don't do this on your funded accounts. On the funded accounts, use the micros. But if you basically say, fine, this trade didn't work, I'm going to wait for the next white dot or the next, whatever setup that I have that I think is going to be a strong setup, and I'm going to just simply add another unit. So next time I'm going to go 2 units. I get stopped out, no problem. Next time I'm going to go 3 units. I get stopped out, no problem. I'm going to go 4 units. Now, if you're doing on this micro lot, you can go large. If you're doing on mini lots, you probably can go 5 units, and that's about it. And obviously, you want to be selective in trying to find the no retrace trade. But what happens when you're doing this, and then we can weave in the other great risk mitigation tactic is to simply trade 1 cycle per unit. So you lose 1, you go to the next account. You lose 1, you go to the next account. What happens is that at cycle 4, cycle 3, because you are positive risk reward, right? You're only losing 5. Anything above 5 pays for all your losses and makes your wins. And if you're sort of strong enough, and I'm still not good enough to hold them for 10, 15 points. But if you hold it for the full 15 points, which you will get very often on that 3rd or 4th cycle, you're paid 6 times your losses on that trade. You're plus 600 on that trade, right? And it is insane at how fast and how much money you can build just by always keeping your stop at -5, right? It's the exact opposite of what all of us do, which is increase size and shorten target and get blown out. We lose. We go, oh, let me give a larger size, smaller target. We lose again, larger size, smaller target, and we get blown out in 3 trades flat. In this case, your stop is, obviously, we're going smaller target, larger size, larger stop, because we don't want to get stopped out. Here we go. I'm going to try, to sell. Let's see if this is going to work. Bad entry. Let's see. Nope, I get retraced. Okay, fair enough. I'm just talking, and I'm not keeping score of the count. The point being is that when you're trading fixed stop and larger target, you flip the vicious cycle into a virtuous cycle. It's very, very difficult to kill yourself, but very easy to come back from losses with huge gains, just huge gains. Now, obviously, you're going to get unlucky a lot of times. You're going to get, retrace moves. You're going to get spikes. That happens. But if you are sticking to the dot protocol, generally you're going to catch some very, very strong moves. Now, where this works the worst is obviously kind of a chop situation or a chop and a retrace situation, and that's every single strategy has an Achilles heel. But the thing about this particular strategy is that because it's very tight risk control, the Achilles, let's just watch me trade, and it's easier for me to show you than to try to explain the nuances of this. And you guys can see if you like this approach or not. But it's a completely different approach to trading dots than the kind of the kind of a negative risk reward scalp that we try and do. and grind our way out. You get clipped a lot, but when you position yourself into a good trade, that trade hopefully pays off in much greater styles. It's very similar to what we were doing. Just watching this right now. Let's see if we can get this done. Oh, dot goes away. So no trade. I'm using 515 astrologer. So 20 ticks, 60 ticks. But I wish I was good enough to hold to 60 ticks, which I rarely am. But it actually hits my 60 ticks so many times when I'm in a right trade. Your anchoring is just it becomes super good. You just need to be on the right side of the flow. Right now we're just sort of choppy, non-directional, and you want to really be very selective as to where you want to come in on the next time. The trades that I love, oh, by the way, we're actually getting one right now. I love the blue trade. By the way, the blue trade is a really good trade. A lot of times it'll miss, but when when the blue trade goes, there's very little retrace here. Let's see if the blue trade right now on the right hand side is the blue trade. One. So boom, I'm long here. Let's see if it gives me a little bit of mooning. Nope. The blue trade retraces. So we're in a sort of a choppy negative. See, VWAP 8 are right next to each other. So they're completely clipped. So fine. Now I'm going to go to 4 on this. Let's see if I can find the next move. The way to trade this properly is to trade this like across 5-6 accounts. So you're distributing size across all these other trades. Hey, good morning, guys. Just watching the where are we? It's 9:25. It's also pre-market. Now this eval account is kind of like my beat 'em up account, so I really don't care what it does. But the thing is, no matter how badly I beat it up, because my risk control here is so tight, it's going to be hard for me to kill it completely. Although this next trade probably will kill it because I've actually did three bad trades in a row. Let's see if this blue holds, and if it does, I'm going to go again on this trade. No, I'm not. On the blue, the blue now is kind of in a negative trend, so it's going to give you lots of false trades. But when you're running, when you're in a strong uptrend, the blue is a really, really good runaway trade. Now it's gonna today. This is going to be it's not working. So it's failing because we're sort of now back in a pure downtrend move. Okay, so fair enough. I mean, this thing is going to see like it completely changes the other way around. So actually, let's go to my 314 account. Started with 1. I may have to, even in the evals, get a little. You have to get small because the thing about this mushrooms into large sizes, and because of all the now it's going to retrace. We're in retrace mode right now. There's no continuity at all. We're just in a very choppy, discontinuous segment. I have to go small. I may have to go really, really small because I just realized that the way they run the accounts, you really can't get large. You have to. I might have to just, even in the evals, I might have to really get smaller, just a 2 size. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to do this because I need like 4 or 5 cycles to resolve this properly. And also, I'm rushing the cycles because I'm doing. I just want to do a lot of demo trades with you guys. On my, if I was trading myself, I'm essentially trying to be very selective on. I'm not rushing out. Basically, I'm not making a trade well, if I'm trading small, I can make a trade forward and reverse, meaning I can buy. I'm looking for the buy. If the buy doesn't work, I look for the sell. This time, I just simply ran into like 3 or 4 very nasty retraces. So let's imagine this would be my 5th cycle with a signal. The problem with the new setup of the evals is because they have like $1,000 stop out. They basically just created, so it's almost impossible for you to exponentially run trades. So you have to run super small sizes to kind of build the P&L, which is what I just realized that I couldn't really run minis on the evals because I don't have the 2,000. I only have $1,000 drawdown. The house makes all sorts of rules to make it difficult. All right, here comes another red dot. Well, we're like 2 seconds away from the open, but we're going to try and take it if it holds. Boom! You see that? That was super. Oh no, I got retraced. I was so smart. I was like, oh, it retraced against me. I thought I hit the target. All right, fair enough. Try it again. It sucked. That's the only problem is that yes, 5 is tight, and in a herky jerky world, it's going to hit you. That sucks. I thought I got hit on the move here, and I didn't. All right, it's fine. The frustrating part about this is you're going to hit a lot of losses, but then you're going to hit one huge win. It's going to pay for everything. I'm just basically going to show you how to do that. Hopefully we get an anchor position. We had great moves earlier with a run up and then a complete unwind right now to the downside. I think we're still going to create a secondary wave up. I don't have any idea about the U.S. proposal. I'm as confused as everybody else about the Iranian situation. I don't understand what's going on, and I think it's probably not being explained precisely because they don't want to, reveal the inner workings. Okay, here comes another blue. We're going to try and we'll see. This is going to be really interesting in front of the news. We'll see if I can get a toe hold here. No, the other way around. Of course, market opens to the downside. I hate the slam, but it's fine. I again, you see how I'm taking very tiny little hits. And let me go to 4. These are London session lows right here. I actually was thinking we should be buying this instead of selling it, and then I changed my mind. Okay, let me get. Let's see if we can. If this is indeed the bottom, then we should start to moon from here. So let's see. I'm waiting for the candle close here. Just retrace me out. I'm just getting slammed. But again, I'm gonna wait patiently here for the candle to close and see if we're gonna get if this is the bottom rally or if this is still chop here. Let's just wait patiently. Let's see if they want to rebuild the candle. White dot. Okay, maybe we're gonna start to moon a little bit here. It's running away. Don't retrace me. Killing me. It ran away on the open here. Okay, let's just buy this. Let's go. Oh no, it's gonna retrace me out. You can't. I need to wait until the candle closes because I'm just getting destroyed by the move here. Let's see. I'm gonna go to 10. Really frustrating because I'm right there, but it's just retracing me out. No trade. No trade. No trade. Twenty-three seconds left. Come on, moon. Killing me. Come on, moon. I need that moon. No, it's gonna retrace. It takes me out. So tough. That's super hard. Every one of these pushes just simply, is just retracing me out. It's so tough. Okay, I'm gonna go again. Let's do this one more time. Brutal. Look at this whole move, and I'm missing the move just because I'm hitting the retrace. And that's it's actually the first 5-10 minutes of the market where you have the highest ratio of retraces. always going to be an issue. But that's the risk you take when you're taking the first few moves. Nah, the problem, yeah, maybe it does, but the point is there is no perfect. I mean, I just ran into a bad batch here, and I'm really trading super aggressively just to kind of show you the example. It doesn't mean that the way to trade this properly is to kind of distribute it across every single account, and you could even do it just a single one size account until you hit the trade, and just simply rotate it that way. All right, I'm going to actually be a buyer of this. When the yellow comes down, this is actually, I'm going to basically bet on the fact that it's a buy, not a sell. If it, when it closes, and let's see if I'm right on this. This will be my last stance here. Boom. Now, you see me, I came all the way back to profit. Not a really, elegant way of trading, but just to show you that you have to have faith in that structure to be able to let it work. I mean, I did a very, very bad job executing a lot of this stuff. And I think we probably have to start with single size on the micro, even on the evals, just to get ourselves into the right cycle. But basically, I went from like negative 700-800 to like flat in just one single trade, just to show you. And when you are in a good running trade strategy, like when you are in something like this, the point is that as everything else in life, you want the right. You want the right environment in your direction. But when you have this environment, like this kind of an environment in your direction, from like 5 o'clock onward, everything is just straight up. Buying the white dots becomes super, super, super good. Or even buying the purple dots, you have zero friction on your side. And obviously, like honestly, these kind of trades work much, much better. This is probably, I would say 9 o'clock is probably the worst hour to do this, simply because New York hour is just so volatile, and you have so much two-way traffic that you got to time it perfectly. But we're going to start again now with a micro. I'm on the micro. Dot, no, there's no dot here, so we're not trading it. There was a dot here. Why didn't it show? That's interesting. What was a dot trade here? That's weird. I'm sorry. I should see, that would have been a nice clean 15 point trade. I just simply did not. That didn't show as a dot. Okay. Just bad luck. But again, I just kind of wanted to show you the key thing here is for you to understand that it doesn't matter how bad it gets, because you're using it flips the whole script of how most people trade. Most people blow their account because they're running bigger and bigger size at bigger and bigger stops. Now, I ran too big a size. I'll be the first one to admit I ran too big a size when I started this. Absolutely. Even on the eval, you probably want to run just like 1 micro to start with, just to get yourself going. What is going on here? Oh, is this? Do I not have the? I probably don't have the right dot structure on this thing. Why is this not working? All right, I'm just going to flatten out here. See, I'm going to show you how I'm going to build the P&L. So if I'm trading 1 micros, I thought I could trade minis on the evals. It's a big mistake. It's actually a super, super good lesson. It was a good lesson to kind of for us to start out with. The way to trade any kind of a scalping strategy within the very, very restrictive apex environment that doesn't allow you any room for error is to trade hyper small, but give yourself 5-10 opportunities an hour, right? I basically did $100 an hour pretty cleanly off of just 1 micro on this particular structure. Because remember, when I'm coming in like 3 micros, 4 micros, 5 micros, that particular trade is plus 100, right? It becomes a plus net 50 trade in the whole cycle. So you don't really need large size to make large trades. But what you need to do is you need to just be very, very persistent and very focused in whatever time you're trading to try to take as many runaway trades as possible. This is dots with a runaway trade kicker. The great aspect of this is that on a 1 micro when I was trading it, I'm happy to show you. I think I actually did my shit. Okay, hang on. Let me see if I can pull it up. I'm going to show you the curve. It's super interesting to watch the equity curve of what this happened. And there's like a lot of trades there. So you have some, hang on, let me just pull this up for you guys. Just 1 second. I'm doing it off screen here because I have to organize it. It's actually, I have to organize it by the hour in order to give you the, right. Okay. Hang tight. I'm going to pull this up for you guys. It's got to be custom range from 5 o'clock in the morning. 5 05 to now. Okay, download CSV. Dots playbook. Okay, hang tight, guys. Hang tight. I'm doing this off screen, so oh, look at this. We're getting a white dot. Let's go. Bye. Come on. Maybe. No. Comes back down. Okay, no problem. Next one is going to be 2. This is a big move here. So, and New York Open is always going to be the hardest one to run this with. Okay, so I got the data. Let me just pull this up. Okay, let me show this to you. This is, it's very ugly, but it kind of, it gives you the truth. This is a single contract structure, lots of mistakes, but look at the end P&L. It's a 155 profit factor. Lots of, just a fuck ton of trades. Yes, the equity curve is very ugly. It goes up and down because I'm making a lot of mistakes. But this is where I stopped making mistakes. This is where I kind of started to lock in what I wanted to do. And you can see how it starts to totally run away when you run this. This was, I don't even know how many fucking trades this was. 41 trades. 41 trades in a matter of a couple of hours. So it's pretty shit. We have another. Look at this. I had another runaway trade. All right. Anyways, I'm showing you lots of different stuff because I want you to understand the pathology of this particular setup. Iran rejects U.S. proposal. Did it? I don't think it's. I don't think we have any news here. Yeah, I know. I missed the trade. Sorry, because I'm talking. But the beautiful thing is there's literally going to be 100 trades in the next hour for us to do. So we'll refocus. Sorry about that. I screwed the pooch on that one. 81, 91. That was like a really, really good trade. I wanted to show you the equity curve so you guys can see mentally what that's like. And now, now I'm just going to try and trade those dots for you. Hey, who the fuck are you? Gentleman scammer, get the fuck out of here. I hate people who come on stream and just talk shit for no reason, that don't even know anything about what we're doing. Yeah, so Colonel Willis, you're right that the problem is you can increase size from proper baseline. It was too big a baseline. You're right. I was running, but I did recover the whole P&L back up to just a modest P&L. So now we're gonna trade focused, and you'll see what's going on here. So hopefully we will we'll do a better job. Where's my StreamYard? Where are you guys? Hold on. Oh, here we go. Okay. I was like, where's everybody? I was trying to look at the yes. Okay. A little bit chilling. Is there? Are we seeing any news, guys? I haven't looked at the news flow. France's partners capable of being able to make the Hormuz Strait secure. Homie, please. Nothing. I don't know. Nobody cares about what France has to say. So, okay, let's watch the setup here. 31 seconds. Trade, no trade. We're above VWAP. Oh, we had the two yellows. One would have been let's buy this. I'm going to buy it. Maybe I'm right. Maybe I'm wrong. Nope. The yellows blew down. So a lot of retrace action. I took a punt on this because a lot of times I can buy the yellow and it bounces back up. But this time it's actually, it actually did bounce back up. I just simply didn't, was late on the trade. Let's see what I want to do here. So, let me show you what I consider to be the runaway trades that would have been very, very bankable. I just simply missed them because we're talking. But as I said, they show up every 5-10 minutes, so who cares? Wait, where's my? Oh, here it is. Okay. This candle over here was a runaway trade. This was not. This retraced back out. But this one was a runaway trade to the upside before it came back down. Otherwise, it was a lot of chop at the beginning of the New York session. So you just have to absorb a lot of retraces. So now we're getting a sell, sell exhaustion signal and a trade to the downside, but no red dot because the guys, man, you hear a lot of activity here today, huh? because the slope is still positive. I think the market, oh no, the market drops like a stone right now. So what's going on over here? A lot of move, just retrace back out. A lot of vol. I don't know what happened. I was partly in the money, but it was just super fast. I couldn't take it. So fine, we'll get a little larger and just look for the next opportunity. What the hell? What is there news? Are we hitting news? Iran's foreign minister, Iran values Beijing's 4-point proposal. I don't know what the fuck that means. We're just going to be really, really jumpy because of the news flow. So, every trade is going to be hugely lucky in terms of positioning. If we hit a news bomb, hopefully the news bombs will subside and we just get price flow action. And I'm getting a blue, green, blue dot. I'm just punting on this thing that it feels like it wants to run it. This is bad trade. Yeah, I just, it's fine. I punted because it's small size and I don't care. But I thought it was going to extend into a big runner, but that was not a legit trade. There was no dots here. I was just trying to punt the trade. I'll try to focus and get into the dot trade that we want. All right, I'm getting a runaway dot here. I'm jumping the gun here. God damn it. Fuck. I'm just getting really bad execution on the trade here. That's why. Okay. Fuck. You're killing me. Come on. Okay, I don't care. I'm going again. And if it's gonna kill me, it's gonna kill me. It's just killing me on the retraces here. It's so close to taking the anchor. Okay, I'm bleeding out. I gotta stop. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just trying to force the flow, and it's just not happening this morning. Really annoying. And I really thought that this was I saw the trade break out through this move. I probably should be just simply trading the breakout flows here on this particular trade. But I really want to stay on the on the dot. Fuck, just so annoying. All right, I'm gonna try and do this one more time here. No trade. Yeah, I mean the frustrating part is we're in chop territory, and when you're like in that chop territory, it's really really hard to get that anchor pull away trade. Taking this as a sell, and it's probably going to take me. It takes me out. Fuck, I can't catch a break right now. Yeah, it's positive bid. I had the feeling this is going to be positive bid on the yellows. I should really not. But basically, every trade that's a winner is a positive trade. It's just that what's happening is my positive trades are retracing backwards, and I'm just doing a very poor job. I should have just been buying the yellows. That was always my instinct, but then the last one kind of dove, and I was like, oh, let me see if it's going to turn down. Fuck. That was an annoyingly bad trade. Just waiting for a dot trade to see if I can anchor myself one more time. I'm going to stop taking anything but dot trades right now because I feel like I'm just chasing my own tail right now. First half hour, always the shittiest hour. I wanted to start at 8 today when we had some really good trades. I just simply had a commitment, couldn't do it. It's really annoying. I really wanted to show you how this works in a truly clean trade structure. No direction right now. We're just sitting here chopping around, doing nothing. Yeah, really dumb trading. I agree. Really, really dumb trading. But when you're trying to experiment with new ideas, you're going to do a lot of dumb trading. Um, the key point is that you're watching. This is what you need to watch. As stupid as it is, you see how little the P&L drawdown is. Um, this allows you to have a lot of dumb trades and still stay survive. That's my point that I kind of wanted to show you was um, the game is not about being smart. The game is about surviving, and that's the key thing. So let's see if I get a little smarter in the next few trades. All right, took some back. Took some back. Gonna lower my size here like down to 3. See what we can do. Had I stayed in the trade 61, I would have had the full move. I just simply didn't have the cojones to hold it all the way down. See, the hard part is when you bled out. I bled out so many dumb trades that I couldn't hold the trade. Now I'm missing the trade anyways. All right, whatever. Doesn't matter. It's retracing for me. Fuck. It's gonna retrace out. Yeah, retrace me out. Sorry. Tiny little clip. Okay. The hard part is just, because I'm showing this to you and I'm new setup is when you actually get the move here, this move would have paid the whole thing. I just simply didn't have the balls to hold on to it all the way through. But again, I'm going to willow this out, and we're going to see. This is the eval account. We're going to see how well we can do this on a continuation basis. How well I can hold my position on this structure. We're coming into VWAP, so not a trade you want to really hold to the short side. And I'm actually looking maybe if we get a VWAP bounce to go the other way. Meaning that I want to be a buyer here, even though it's a red dot. See if I can get a bounce on this thing. Nope. Oh, come on. Come on, run it. Run it. Run it. Run it. Run it. Run it. Killing me. The hardest part is just holding on until it tries to hit that target. So hard to just hold on to let it bounce. This is the hardest part of this structure. I'm going to flatten it out. All right. I took a lot of it back. So yes, very dumb trading. Yes, a lot of mistakes. But the most important part, what I'm trying to kind of show you as we're trading today, because I could easily have look at that. Look at this big dump. I could easily have just traded negative risk reward, tiny little things, or longer term trades, and just made the usual small P&L that we constantly do. But what I'm trying to show you is that if you want to win in a prop firm environment, a lot of the things that everybody generally does isn't going to work, right? And you have to do a lot of uncomfortable things and a lot of negative things, both from terms of losing, bleeding, in order to create a robust structure. Like, this is by far not a robust structure in the way that I'm trading it, because I'm obviously executing it very, very poorly, and I'm chasing a lot of bad trades because I want to show you a lot of trades in a time scale where most of the trades really, really kind of suck for what I want to do. But despite it all, what I'm trying to show you is the P&L. The only thing that matters on your account is the P&L. Strategy doesn't matter. Your analysis of the market doesn't matter. Whatever you do doesn't matter. And if you're doing it the wrong way, that is, you're sizing large with negative risk reward, that's where you get hurt the most. I know it's brutal to have a 5-point stop and just have that stop. Come on, bye. Fuck, suck. I'm talking and I'm all right, that's fine. It wasn't a trade anyways. Because it wasn't a dot, but it was a big run. All right, we'll stay again. So, I mean, the whole idea here is that there may be 5 losses before you hit a winner, right? On a bad streak, but on a good streak, you might get 3 winners in a row, and then you're just hitting it all. And that's the whole idea of this particular structure. On a bad streak, I'm staying relatively flat, but on a good streak, I'm going to just simply P&L it, moon it hard. Yeah, I have tons of PAs. I'm just simply doing this on the VWAP, obviously, because I don't want to experiment on the PAs right now. And I wouldn't do that. I told you this is a strategy right now to kind of test out on the evals. And I have a dot here. God damn it! The problem is fuck. Okay, white dot. Too early. Coming back. It's too much of a retrace and move. Fine. I'm going to wait patiently for the next dot. Really, really tough. Just letting it, just retracing me out and then running. Coming back. Every trade is a retrace today. I'm just, just getting clipped. Sorry, guys. Not, it's not, I'm sorry. Just the strategy as I designed it right now, it's just not working because it's just retracing too fast on me. And maybe we do need a 10 stop on this. Maybe we do. Maybe, the 5 is just too brutal for this kind of market. 76 to 69. This one comes in 80 to, nah, even the 10 just simply retraces out. It does. It does work better after 10:30, but unfortunately, we're live between 9 and 10, like the world's worst, the world's most volatile hour. So, that makes it tough. We're down, we're just chopping around here around the 25, 28.5, 28.4. That's the range. Until we break it, it's going to be very difficult to find the moves. But I'm going to stay patient for the next dot. Because we always trade. Because yeah, no, I agree. I understand. 30 point stops and a 12-point target is going to work in a wide volatility environment. This is This is not a strategy for the faint-hearted in a sense that it's going to create lots and lots of small losses. And I think a lot of people hate the small losses. But I'm just trying to show you how to avoid the big loss, which is where a lot of people just kill it. Today, definitely not definitely not the day to have showed this, but you know, I'm always up for experimentation. So I'm always up for looking for new new ideas. To me, this is a sort of a really interesting approach, precisely because it's so difficult to do. It's really hard to trade this psychologically. But if you can, it becomes. I think it's pretty robust. See if we get a white dot here. Yellow white dot is a good setup. We always like to have. That's usually a big run up. But let's see if it holds. Nope, doesn't hold. They're not sweeping the yellow candle. Yeah, it's like I said, well, it's holding the 28,500. That's really like we basically have to just be patient enough for this thing to break through this level. Up until here, it's kind of all noise. Once it starts breaking that level, that's where you're going to get the push higher. Now we're really chopped out. All right, white dot. Yeah. See, every rally gets sold by the sellers in front of that 28.5. It tells me that there might be more selling going on over here. See, so I basically saw the weakness, the purple dot I anticipated. I basically said, okay, if the purple dot in this case signaled to me the start of a waterfall, and I wanted to get in front of it. Now it's starting to really fall. Like, now you almost want to have a much bigger size into the move. But you see how like one single trade kind of wipes out a whole bunch of tiny little losses. Still not great, but my whole point today is I made a horrible bunch of trades and I am just down $100. There's no other strategy where you could have made like 15 losses like I did and survived the losses the way I did. That's what I'm trying to kind of tell you. If you make peace with the fact that you're gonna make a lot of stupid mistakes, and then when you finally start to zone in, you're gonna really hit those trades. You will succeed doing this. It's just, I guess it's really, I just realized that it's very hard. Like all the other trades, all the other structures that we have, they're very easy to explain. They're easy to explain because you have this thing, you have a natural stop, you hold a position, you do it, and so on and so forth. This almost is like instinctual, not in any real sense of the word. I'm not guessing the trade, but I'm trading the moment I see the dot. I'm trading the moment I see the momentum. I'm trying to basically put myself into a free fall situation, right? And to do that, I guess I can't explain it fully, but I did want to show it. That's why I was saying I have to show it to you, and I can't really give you the rule set in its full exact idea. And we can definitely go back to trading the classic. Hey, let's trade the turn. Let's trade natural stops, natural targets. That's all very good. I just wanted to kind of show you. I kind of wanted to show you basically what I'm going to do behind the screen, like what I'm going to do with my own accounts, so you guys can understand an interesting way of trading. But I really can't explain this or do this well on the screen with you guys, because so much of it is just feel off the dots. And I guess I'm not explaining it well, but maybe some of you are getting it. You know what I'm saying? The most important aspect of this thing is it's incredibly tight risk control structure, which puts such a massive constraint on you that it almost forces you to be successful. I know that's ironic, but by putting such a tight constraint on you, it does not allow you to fail big, right? It only allows you to fail small. So, hope you guys at least enjoyed the show, as ugly as it was today. But there was no other way for me to explain it than just to kind of show you some of the ways that you want to trade it, right? Let me know if that makes sense to any of you guys. Here comes the blue. Here comes the blue on the VWAP. Now, if you want to trade this regularly in a regular format, we'll just have to, let's just do a 15 stop just to widen ourselves out, because that's going to be a natural stop, right? Is this blue? Yeah, okay, I'm just waiting for it. So let's just do our natural stop on the blue against pretty much this whole area and small size, and see if we can get a move up here to the thing. And this is going to be obviously a lot more forgiving because we're going to give ourselves all that space to try and hold the trade. Yeah, the volatility in the opening was just really, really brutal. And I wouldn't have, if I was myself, I wasn't. I guess maybe showing the strategy at the volatility of the opening wasn't the smartest idea. But I don't think there's any good time to show this in a kind of a stream setting where you're going to see lots and lots and lots and lots of stop outs, on a continuous basis. Okay, so looks like we're going to clear. This isn't going to, well, we'll see. I was going to say maybe it doesn't look like it's going to hold the blue level. But here's the thing about this that we want to trade this particular structure that I really like. This is pretty much an equal weight structure, right? 15-15. What's really cool about this structure is, I was going to say, if this was going to fail, then we can wait for the white dot confirm on the next move. And come back into it, and trade it that way. But let's see what the structure wants to do right now. I basically held the bottom, but still struggling. Oh, I think astrologer, is that 12 ticks or 12 points, 30 points? Are you trading 12? Is that that's 3 points? Sorry, 30 ticks is what? How many? Astrologer, is that ticks or points that you were using? Yeah, essentially, we have the blue signal, and we're trying to see if they're going to hold the lows over here. It looks like they might be able to hold the lows. And now we're getting the the white dot. All right. So this is obviously a much more forgiving trade. What I was going to say is that this is a white dot confirm also, so we could just wait patiently here. If this stays, we can try and trade this again with the low of the swing lows as our natural stop, and see if we get any further extension. If this is actually the start of a turn trade. Astrologer, are you there, my friend? Where is he? He's probably trading right now. I just can you qualify or clarify if it's a 15? What shows that are in the blue zone right here? The blue trade over here. 7 seconds left. All right, buy this. I'm underneath here. Let's see if we get a little bit of an extension here. All right, I'm gonna get out nice and clean. All right, so this is like a clean, blue white dot confirm. But here's what I wanted to show you. Like, if you were if you're trading my 5-point stop, which is a very, very ugly trade, if you'd done this, you were in here at size 52. I think you had like a 10-point move. I actually think the ratio that I need to do, I think it's in this 5 -5 plus 15 is too ambitious for especially this time of the day. But -5 plus 10 is still very, very positive. Yeah, I think he was talking about volatility. He may have left. I'm gonna clarify with him tomorrow. I thought it was 12. I thought it was 1230 points because the volatility that we're generally, by the way, the proper volatility envelope for all NASDAQ trades, and I tested this quite a lot, it's basically 2 ATRs or 35 points. Like if you want to have a stop that will absorb almost all decent trades, meaning that, if the stop is hit, it's because your trade is completely wrong. It's 35 points. So, he's at 30 points on NASDAQ. That's where, that's the sweet spot where you avoid most of the noise volatility, right? But yeah, if you were like 510, I think it's a little bit more of a forgiving structure. So if I came in here at like 5, what's my close? 54, and high here was 65. You had a 10. Yeah, well, we'll confirm with him. But just from research, it's 35 point stops. That's where you're at. That's basically where we're at. That's where you want to be. So, we took a few much more leisurely turn trades, just like, this would have been a leisurely turn trade. So the idea here is, we could have taken the right over here. Let me show this to you. The problem with not the problem with the yellow trades, but what you need to do with the yellow trades, which I think is very, very important. The yellow trades, you really can't wait for the confirm. Once you wait for the purple dot confirm, it's too late. The yellow trades is either a stop or a turn. It literally is just that. It's either a stop or a turn. And so you have to have the stops right at the highest swing point, which is usually the yellow. Let me show you. Where am I? Where's my boomer thing? See, look at this. So in this particular case, the stop would have been over here on this yellow, and you actually would have survived. The stop would have been fine. In this case, the stop is over here. Again, you would have survived the stop. In this case, you would have been stopped out. This trade, you're stopped out, but it's a very tight stop, right? Boom. You wait for the next one. Now you're anchored against the highest high in that particular sequence, and you make it happen. That's how you trade them all. That's basically what you do as far as the yellow-blue sequence. With a blue, with the blue, you can use the swing lows, or you can use the breakout. The blue-white combo. So the problem with the blue is that a lot of times the blue will fail by itself. Some occasionally, really, really rarely. So blue fails by itself, right? Like over here. Here's blue failing. We're in a sort of a deep sell-off. So here, blue fails at the lows. Let me show you here's blue. Blue fails at the lows, right? Here's a secondary blue. Blue fails at the lows again, right? Here's a tertiary blue. You actually would have made this would have probably made profit because you're at the low. But then if you try to do a follow-up trade with a white dot, that fails. The follow-up trade with a white dot is the low of the white dot. That's it. If it breaks the white dot, you're nowhere to go. Here, you absorb the lows. You make money to the white dot, and then you hold the white dot, and the white dot fails again. So in a steep downtrend, basically only 2 or 3 out of those trades work. But it doesn't matter because in the overall scheme of things, when this thing turns, you're actually going to start making your stops are pretty contained by these low swing lows, right? I mean, you're coming in here 78, you're stopped at minus 15. You're coming in here at 55, and you're resolving it at plus 15 easily on this move here. You come in over here, and this turns your way at 44 to 64 plus, plus 20 against a like a 10-point stop. Here you're coming in against these swing lows, and that does resolve to the upside. With the blues, you could wait for the white dot, but even that structure will fail in a relentlessly down market. The most important aspect of all of this is what kind of a structure you're in as far as the market goes, right? Right now, the market is sort of neutral to positive. So the blues work both on the blues and off the white dot confirm. But when you're kind of in this kind of a relentless move to the downside, and you're trying to buy the turns, you're going to be doing a lot of stop outs. But on the other hand, even the few turns that you're getting will more than offset the losses, especially if you give yourself kind of a small size ratio. So like with everything else, you try to survive the negative periods, and then when the positive periods come in, you really have you're able to then just really capitalize on the move, right? You essentially have a loss here, and then boom, a nice clean win here. And these losses are very small because the range here is very small. You're either going to pop or it's going to drop right here. That's your natural stop. These are only 10, 15 point natural stops, right? So that's a lot more forgiving type of trade structure than 5 points and you're out. It might be a lot more leisurely for you guys to trade. I just thought that this was a super interesting idea of trading what I call the runaway dot, right? Where you just you hit it to win it, right? Like, here, let's try this one more time. If this thing holds here. Oh, I can't even do it because I don't have the stop set up, so I'm not going to do it. But let's see if this thing comes up. And of course, now it becomes a runaway dot, right? Zero retrace, and it's going to go straight up for probably plus 10 points. It's just cool, to have that in your arsenal as a trade structure. See, now that becomes a runaway dot. No zero retrace, and this thing just simply goes 66 to like 76, like basically a 5-10 structure. Very, very clean. Just 5-10 structure. On larger size, you would have been fine. It's always the irony. I'm like, right, this is where I want to show you the setup, and of course the setup only works when I'm not in it. But it's not the point. The point is to kind of show you all these different ideas of how you can trade, either leisurely, lots and lots of losses, massively big wins to bring the P&L up. Whatever you want to do it, it's a very, very flexible construct, as long as you understand the basic rules, right? And this is exactly the kind of move that you want. This is the move that's very, very positive for us. Again, another runaway dot, zero retrace, 10 points up. So just imagine you're 2 large here, you're 3 large here, boom, boom. All of this would have converted to massive P&L. Just depends on what your taste is as far as scalping. I know that's probably not going to be the modus operandi of most of you guys, but I kind of wanted to show it to you. I wanted to show you the possibilities of that kind of structure. Meantime, I'll hang with you for like another 15 minutes. Let's see if we can get any kind of turn trades going. We're back to positive. Maybe we're going to run the 28.5. Maybe we're finally ready to run the table here. All right, yellow candle. As I said, remember, like this is a very, very tight stop against the high. So I'm going to sell this against this high. It's either, you know, it's either going to work as a turn trade or it's just going to naturally stop us out, which is perfectly okay because that's, that's the whole idea of these things. Sorry, astrologer came back, so he's clarifying. He's saying yes, he meant points for high New York Open volatility. So he's trading 30 points against 12 points. Are you taking the dots as is? So you taking the red, you just basically selling the reds, buying the greens. You're following the flow, but just with enough volatility to make it work for you. Is that the game plan? We had a move here to the moving average, which I probably would have taken this this move, and now we're reversing back up to. Um, I'm surprised we didn't get taken out. We're going to get taken out right now. I think this is going to be if I get stopped out, I'm going to reverse myself with a stop below the white dot because that's going to very likely tell me that we're running the yeah, we're going to run the highs here. Let's see if I'm right about the fact I'm going to try to run the highs. I know I haven't looked, guys. I haven't looked at gold in ages. So you guys are asking me for gold. I'm just, I'm trying to focus on one instrument, but I haven't looked at gold. Probably the Iran news is very, very positive for it. So that's what's going on with gold. And there we go, guys. So this is a lot less hectic, a lot less painful for all you guys to watch. Very easy to do, and I'll go back to doing this so everybody can trade nice and clean, in this fashion. And I know today was a really, really painful open, but I actually like doing sometimes streams where you just lose constantly because again, I want to show you all sorts of interesting ideas. Not just a single way of trading, so that you can be open. Your mind can be constantly open to things, and also to demonstrate to you what wins and what loses. What wins is very often the most unconventional thing, like the thing that makes the least amount of money, at least amount of sense. But the swing trades off of the blues and the yellows. I've given up trying to call them orange. They're just yellows to me. Are absolutely very, very easy to do. And by the way, they're the same sort of concept on a much more leisurely basis, in a sense that we can trade with 1 micro to 2 micros to 3 micros, and even at 3 micros where you're like minus 15, your total negative footprint is where am I? So it's like 1 is 30, 60, 180, right? So it's like a 180 footprint. Still nowhere near as bad as as you would think. And it's pretty rare that you're gonna hit 3 consecutive negative footprints, but off of a swing thing. But the other way to do it is that you can do distributed across lots of different accounts, and that becomes much easier to manage. So lots of different approaches to trying to P&L the whole thing. Well, given the fact that I was down 500 and now I'm down like 50, I guess we'll call that a win today, right? Anyways, guys, I hope this was at very least educational. I know it wasn't fun, but I hope it was kind of educational. We'll come back and we'll trade normally tomorrow. But I had this idea. I really, really, me, the moment I have something that I really want to share, I want to kind of share with you the good, the bad, the ugly. That's always the story here. We don't hide anything. And yeah, you know what, guys? You know what? Let's just, before we finish, because again, I think it's important to see this. Let me go into the portfolio. Let me go into accounts. No, trades. Trades. Is this trades all today? Is this all the trades? Right? Is this, hold on, which account am I in? I am in 314. Oh, 314. Sorry, 314. No, where's my 314? Oh, here's 314. Okay. Okay. So these are all trades in 314. Export. Let's just see. Oh no, sorry, shit, I'm in the wrong one. Wealth charts. I'm just gonna upload this just to see what the analysis is. Yeah, it's it's pretty ugly equity curve, but a big recovery, like a big ass recovery, right? So not horrible. Look at the 8 wins, 23 losses. That is a very, very tough. That's a 26% win rate. It's a very tough mental thing to do. But, we did come back, more or less. So it's kind of interesting. Oh, we're getting a yellow against the white move here. Definitely a nice buy here with the with the stop below the yellow. Oh, look at Chris. Chris, good for you. Good for you. What'd you do today that was the big recovery? That's amazing. What'd you do with that on the recovery? That was really, really good. So remember I told you, by the way, guys, we're all waiting for the 2,500. I mean, basically we're dicking around for the first half an hour. As soon as we hit the 28,500, the flow started to happen. All of this stuff, we see this every day. We see this every day happening. Dots catch a lot of it, which is really, really cool. Oh, you know what? What was very interesting? I'm going to leave you with one last thing, which I thought was kind of interesting. Actually, let me do this on wealth chart so you guys can see this. This was not me. This was one of the. I was on with Alex yesterday in Prop Firm Match stream, and he actually noticed it, and I thought it was such an interesting read. So look at all the purple candles. Let me see if I can do this. Wait, I want to add lines. Add. Lines, horizontal line. Okay, so watch my horizontal line and just tell me something interesting that's going on. This actually is a fail right over here. What he noticed was once price closes above the purples, it's actually a really good buy. So here's the purple, price closes above the purples, really, really good buy, right? here's the set of purples. We came up here, not a great buy, but a good enough buy to to make it work. Here's a purple, right? We close above the purple, a pretty good buy, especially if you're using a sequence, right? I thought that was super interesting as an analytical tool. It creates a whole new idea for swing like trade ideas. And it sort of makes sense because purple is the extreme sell condition. And once those extreme sell conditions, once those levels are kind of overtaken, the market has a chance to go the other way. It doesn't always work. It's sort of similar to the blue idea, but just maybe in a more simple way. But it works a lot, and again it creates natural stops. In a super easy way. See, this is the actually, sorry, this is the lowest purple. I guess you could trade the lowest purple. You can trade the lowest purple or the highest purple. I guess the trade here should be the lowest purple, right? I think that's probably the right way of doing it. That's the much more intelligent thing. Once the price clears the lowest purple, right? So this is the lowest purple there. That's a possible up trade, right? Here's purples. This one is a fake out right over here. But then you have purples. Boom. This one clears it. This is a natural stop. It's a lot of profit over there. It's basically 18 to, it's like 20 points worth of profit. It's a nice clean profit with relatively little drawdown for you, right? Here's purple. You clear over here, boom. And you probably could use just the purple itself as a natural stop, right? Here's the purple. I can't tell where the price clears it, but clears it somewhere over here. Again, purple itself is a natural stop. You have a nice clean move, right? Kind of pretty cool. I thought you guys might like that. And that was, he noticed that as an idea. Feel free to give it a shot. I thought it was really cool. All right, my friends, I got to run because I got meetings. Everybody come to Prop Fest. I'm gonna just pump that forever because it's coming this Saturday. I hope everybody is registered. Prop Trader Fest, and I'll come back tomorrow. Tomorrow we're gonna do 8 o'clock to 11, and then Friday 8 to 11. We're gonna trade really hard, and I promise you I'll be locked in. But I kind of really just wanted to show all of this to you today. Even though it was a painful day for a lot of people. Thank you, guys. Everybody have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.